A pure-play mechanical equipment supplier is restricted by its position in the supply chain. It builds components, ships them, and moves on. Lloyds Engineering Works Limited is abandoning that model to become a fully integrated infrastructure solutions conglomerate. The primary engine for this transition is the strategic FY26 merger between LEWL and LICL. This is an active structural redesign of the company's financial architecture. We are going to map the strict economic logic behind this restructuring and track exactly how it multiplies the profit captured from every single project. To accurately measure this new capacity, all financial metrics and strategic projections moving forward are based on the post-merger pro forma statements for FY26. Elam Oru Kurekiril, all under one umbrella. FY26 establishes a completely new operational baseline. The company is now engineered to capture the distinct profit margins that were previously bleeding out to external contractors. This diagram illustrates the legacy business model. Lowell focused entirely on pure-play manufacturing and heavy precision fabrication. The math here is limited. By acting only as an equipment vendor, the company monetized only the middle phase of any given infrastructure project. The merger solves this limitation, starting with the integration of LICL's consulting and design arm. By acquiring the capability to design a project from the ground up, Lowell establishes a new, high-margin profit center long before physical construction even begins. The second integration brings in LICL's EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction portfolio. With dedicated EPC capabilities, Lowell takes control of the final build-out and deployment of the heavy equipment they manufacture. This creates an expanded value capture window. The company commands the timeline from initial concept directly through to final commissioning. Assembling this integrated structure under one balance sheet requires precise equity mechanics. The exact cost to absorb the LICL assets is the issuance of 38.10 crore new shares. This brings the final post-merger total share capital to 185.50 crore shares. The overall share count has expanded, but the earnings potential per individual project has multiplied. For every future contract secured, LEWL stacks and monetizes 3 distinct margins, where it previously only captured 1. With the financial restructuring complete, the company is deploying its expanded capital base into high-margin sectors, beginning with the defense industry. This pie chart maps the macro catalyst. India's projected defense outlay for FY27 sits at 7.85 lakh crore rupees. A strict policy tailwind drives the strategy here. 90% of those defense contracts are exclusively reserved for domestic Indian firms. Lowell is capturing this budget allocation by securing exclusive domestic deployment rights for specialized foreign technologies. The first of these strategic tie-ups is a partnership with FlyFocus, operating out of Poland. This agreement secures access to specific aerial hardware platforms, namely FPV and signals intelligence UAVs. The contract guarantees a clear, structured path to full technology transfer and eventual joint production directly on Indian soil. This partnership integrates aerospace engineering into Lowell's existing mechanical manufacturing operations. The expansion extends immediately from aerial platforms into the sensor and sea domains. The second European technology tie-up is with Cliver Polska. This partnership focuses entirely on bringing next-generation radar systems for drones and coastal security into the Indian market. In the naval domain, Lowell has locked in a strategic joint manufacturing agreement with Italy's Fincantieri. The immediate mandate is producing controllable pitch propellers and complex shafting systems for the Indian Navy and Coast Guard. We can measure the financial traction of this naval strategy right now. Current orders generated from this tie-up have already crossed 127 crore rupees. The total scope of this partnership is already slated for further expansion by July 2025. This multi-domain defense strategy is yielding a materialized, high-value order book. Moving past government defense contracts, the company is also targeting commercial industrial optimization. LEWL has formed a strategic software partnership with Semi-Process Optimization. This introduces advanced process control, dynamic simulation, and industrial vision systems into the portfolio. A heavy engineering firm investing capital into digital transformation software requires a look at the underlying financial incentive. The true value of this technology lies in how it restructures the balance sheet for investors. This graph maps traditional heavy engineering revenue. It relies on the unpredictable, lumpy project fees seen in these jagged peaks and valleys. Industrial software introduces a different economic model, SaaS-based recurring revenue streams.
Software subscriptions inject long-term visibility and financial stability into the earnings profile. Process optimization is currently used by a small fraction of the Indian industrial sector, providing a broad, open market for deployment. The CEMI tie-up upgrades LEWL's earnings quality by detaching revenue generation from the physical limitations of conventional engineering. Zooming out from the individual sectors, the scale of the post-merger corporate architecture becomes clear. The operational philosophy driving this is straightforward: one company, multiple engines of growth. The new conglomerate rests on 5 distinct pillars: fabrication, niche engineering, defense, electrical engineering, and EPC. The legacy entities, LEWL, Metalfab, Techno, and LICL, now operate under a single unified financial roof. The mathematical advantage of this consolidation is scale. It generates the necessary capacity to bid on multidisciplinary contracts that were completely out of reach for a standalone equipment vendor. The hard proof of this scale is the existing 5,692 crore rupee EPC order book. Through calculated equity mergers and targeted global technology tie-ups, LEWL now operates as a total infrastructure solutions conglomerate.